Hey guys, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. But before we get into it though, I'd like to remind you guys to give the video a like and to be safe from wherever you're watching and to enjoy. In the last episode, we we had lunch with Kenji. He asked us what Lily's nationality was, furious that it was anything but what he said it was, which Scottish. He lost 1,000 yen, which is to the U.S. equivalent of $7.32. And Hanako is not exactly feeling good right now, or like physically she seems to be healthy, but you don't have to be physically sick to be anything wrong with you. And so we decided to give Lily a call. The call got intercepted by her mom. Nice lady, she seems like. But with that being said, let's get into it. Her mother seems nice, if a little overenthusiastic, given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She sounds someone between the dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. You're really not a morning person, are you? I don't need you making fun of it as well. It takes a measure of restraint not to laugh at her pain groan. Poor girl. How are you doing over there? And then, bar the mornings. It's been enjoyable after not meeting them for so long. I'm just having a meal together with my parents is nice. Though the pullover and the sheer size of the house might have something to do with it, that as well. Even if they're not in Japan. From the way it sounds, her family must be pretty wealthy to live so luxuriously. Are things alright with you and Hanako? Damn, I was hoping it wouldn't be brought up quite so quickly. I take a moment to try to sort out exactly how to describe the situation without causing her undue worry, but she picks up on without word being said. Hanako's not doing well, is she? How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but how is she right now? She missed school yesterday and seemed out of sorts when I checked up on her. Today she missed school again and just told me to go away. I really got no idea what I really got no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may as well be brewing the day she was ever born. The fact that Lily seems so in the dark about it, though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories. As well, has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we become, she's barely told me anything about what happened. What I know is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated, considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through. I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, with everything that she's gone through. I know. Thank you, Hisao. I'm sorry I can't be of any more help to you. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just give it some more thought. Thanks, and have a good time in Scotland. I... It's nothing. Thank you for taking care of Hanako. Okay, bye. Goodbye. And with that, the line goes silent. Amid the seemingly oddly increased number of questions I can't answer, the most immediate was what Lily was going to say. Oh, oh, oh no. I'm an idiot. She must have thought I was calling to talk with her, but I only asked her for help with Hanako. Even more shameful than that, she thought is the fact that such an appraisal would be largely correct. Well, first things first. For now, I need to at least sort out Hanako and make sure she's actually eating today. Occasionally, passing students, given the badly hitting glances of the plate of food I carry to the female dormitories, it's hardly a meal to be proud of, only being instant microwave meal from the convenience store, but it should at least fill her up. Eventually, I arrive outside the room, after being a ward off a couple of girls who jokingly tried to pilfer the food I'd taken so long to procure. Homie, if it's just a hungry man, you don't need to be proud of that. However, in today's standards, the only really cooking thing you actually need is a microwave and maybe a hot plate to boil water. Or some shit, and you're fine. I decided to forego knocking, since it was proven to be an utterly useless measure and it's somewhat difficult to do with my hands full. Hanako, it's Hisao. I know you're listening. I've got some food for you. Silence as I expected. I'll leave it outside your door. Please at least eat it, okay? There. I've said my piece, and now it's up to her. Putting the plate down, I walk back to my own room to eat my dinner. By the time I return to Hanako's dormitory, a good hour's passed. Thankfully, there isn't anything to be seen beside her door. I walk past at least somewhat happier that she's eating. If she intends to get through this by herself, then being able to help, even if it's just in such a small way, it's at least something. I sit reading in the library after school, turning page after page, barely registering the words written on each one out of sheer boredom. My cheek resting in my hand, I can't help but noticing the slightly through feeling against my palm. It wouldn't be long before I need to get a razor. Giving up on reading, I simply let out and my hand drop onto the book in front of me. Things have been quieted down considerably since Hanako began attending school again. When she first returned to class, nothing was said nor done. That wasn't part of the unusual routine. And it's been the same way since. Neither of us desired to bring up her accident, so there simply wasn't any point in pursuing it. Thus, a few days went by. The daily grind of continuing is just a bit as it had before. It's only natural that my mind would wander to other places, and more importantly, to other people. The lily-shaped hole in the daily life of Hanako and me has been pretty noticeable for a while now. I'd be pleased to say that this will swallow me to refine just as my thoughts on her exactly are, but alas, I've had no such luck. It doesn't help that many attempts to do so have led to the troublesome topic of Iwanaku. Every time my thoughts drift to that direction, I reflexively try to think about something else. Why did this have to happen now? I turn around to look at the source of the tentative voice coming from behind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb anyone. That's not it. I glance around the orange-tinted room, quickly realizing how silly my apology must have sounded. And the time I spent thinking or lazing around in here, everyone's well and truly left. Library closing? If you don't want to go, I can keep it open a bit longer. It's no trouble at all. Don't worry, I should get going anyway, thanks. As I get back and begin to move out, I feel Yuko's eyes drilling into my back. Is there something wrong? You look depressed. Are you okay? Yuko nervously twists her fingers and she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping her boundaries or not. I really can't tell if she's more worried about my mood or about bothering me. Normally, I just shrug it off and assure her that I'm fine, but my reflective mood gets her the better of me. Despite being stabbed, she really doesn't feel as much like authority figure as the others. It's just, I guess for the best term it would be relationship problems. Oh, I'm not too good with that kind of thing. My own relationship ended a bit abruptly. But if you want to talk about it, I mean, I could listen, I think. Now that I... Now I feel bad, kind of bad for bringing it up. She's not that old, though, so at least she has a good chance of finding another partner. It isn't like we're in a bad situation now. We have plenty of days together as friends. Sometimes it's going out to do stuff, that kind of thing. But I'm starting to want to do more for her, learn about her, and be with her more. I'm not sure whether it's actually love or not. Though our friendship learn more about her and be with her more, but I'm not sure whether that love or not, though our friendship as it stands is enjoyable. You shouldn't let that stop you. Sorry. How to say this? I think that it's nice that you have a good friendship, but school is going to eventually end. Do you think you'll be fine not knowing if it could have gone further after you've graduated? I guess that's the crux of the problem. I really have no idea what the answer to that question is. Well, I can't really help you there. What your true feelings are is something you have to decide for yourself. But I think that if you do love her, you should probably definitely say something. After thinking about it really hard, I decided that even though my relationship didn't work out, it's better that way than never knowing if it might have or not. I never expected Yuko to sound so wise. It only makes sense that with more life experience than I, she'd have a better idea about this. While I suppose not as much eventually actually answered, starting to her has helped get it off my chest. And I have no doubt that I would confess it if I really do like Lily. I give a slightly frustrated sigh. If only reading so much actually helped when it comes to situations like this. She gives a girlish giggle, which only reinforces my view of her as being different from the usual staff here. In the end, it seems comes down to what will happen after the school finishes once again. Considering what happened before I came to Yamaku, it feels like being asked to keep up with a field of runners despite having started a dozen half yards behind them. It's just one more it's just one more move on from the rest of the past. The last thing I need right now is to get caught up in that and getting homesick while I'm at it. Once again, I find myself calling Lily. My phone bill's gonna be horrific considering this is international, but it's worth it. I don't only want to talk to smoothing feelings from the last time I called. I genuinely want to talk to her again. When the phone finally picks up, I easily recognize the voice and Sato. Hello, Miss Sato. May I speak? Damn, I've forgotten the rest is supposed to go. It's not encouraging to forget such a small amount of words, even if I didn't spend a long time trying to memorize them. May I speak with Lily, please? Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself English? Just a little. I don't think I'm too good at languages in general. Oh, don't say that. Your pronunciation was good. I'll get Lily for you. Just wait a moment. I obediently wait as she goes off the search of Lily, the other going silent. Eventually, much more awake sounding Lily than last time answers it. Time over there is being past noon by now. Hisao, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Hi. Aw, the sweet music. Well, one of the sweet tracks, anyways. Aw, it fills you with warm feelings inside, bro. Good afternoon. Sorry for taking so long. I was outside in the garden. Gardening? Unfortunately, I found I'm no good at it. So I just smell the flowers. I think my fingers appreciate it more. I'll take it. I take it Hanako's recovered a bit? Yeah, I just made sure she was eating, and eventually she righted herself. Thanks for the help the other day. I don't think it was really that much help. The main thing is that she's better, though. True. How's life over there, then? It sounds like you've been living in nothing short of a mansion. I wouldn't call it a mansion, but it is rather large. It is obviously what she wants to say, though modesty stops her. I'm a little envious, but it is her holiday. It's nice. It's a nice house to stay in. There's a bench near here. A beach near to here too, which Akira is especially fond of. She's a swimmer. She's consistently dragging me to have a swimming competitions, which she wins every time. Lily doesn't strike me as the very athletic type at all, so not being adept at swimming seems logical enough. The fastest I've ever seen her move in her understandably relaxed pace during her walks and from the suburbs down the hill from school makes the image of her swimming hard to imagine. The beaches there must look nice. They'd be less crowded than the other ones around here, at least. Indeed, Akira says the air around here looks beautiful because it's so far outside the city. I only realize what I said after I say it, but that doesn't bother her at all. It's easy to forget that she can't see when she's not around, despite the time we've been friends. That said, the local accent sometimes makes the communication a bit hard. It's the constant reminder that this isn't home. While the fact that she doesn't consider her parents' residence to be her home makes good sense, it makes me realize that I can't really answer whether the same goes for me. Graduation from Yamaku is distant enough to be difficult to view objectively, and I've spent so much time in this small room I've come to accept the dormitory as my new home surprisingly quickly. I guess that would be hard to deal with. Is your knowledge of English holding up? Thankfully, I may be fluent, but being in the position where I have to use it often helps my curbing my Japanese accent, so it's been useful practice. I hear you've been trying to teach yourself English. More like memorizing a few lines and failing at even that much. I'm really not cut out for learning another language. My admission of defeat draws an amused giggle. I believe that there are some things one chooses to do in life, and also things that are chosen for one to do in life. You can take comfort in the fact that you're better than me in science and math at least. Nerd! All that's helped in making me Moto Star student. I wouldn't worry about it. They're useful skills for many jobs, right? That's what he tells me. His face vertically lit up when I said I'd probably go into a career involving either. We both shared a warm laugh at the events that befallen each other opposite ends of the world. In the science, it's nice and reminds me of our simple small talk that I've been missing since she left. As each of us waits for another to begin speaking, I decide to push ahead with my feelings. I can feel my throat tighten slightly. I miss you. Get her! Get her, my boy! Get her! The silence of the other end of the phone tells me she's given the words are due to wait, but it goes on. I kept feeling more and more apprehensive. Thankfully, the silence almost ends quickly as it begun. I miss you too, Hisao. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lily. Once again, the phone is hung up simply without any further ado. That light, tentative, almost shy voice, her warm, soft tone. I'd simply be lying myself if I didn't recognize feelings for what it is. With thoughts of Lily dancing in my mind, I start anticipating her return. Today had been the most excellent day. I sit listening to another one of Moto's long-winded lectures, my mind wandering far from the scribbles on the dirty blackboard. Since I called Lily, my mind's been drawn in two directions. Both roughly lead to the same conclusion. I started to feel oddly detached from my past life. It's only been a month and a half since I arrived here, yet the school's become a second home. I've gained a few friends and contacts, managed to get grips with the school's lifestyle and culture, and become accustomed to the quirks of my classmates. To become used to a school where disabilities are the norm rather than the rare exception still catches me off guard. Sometimes when I think on it, the same school that's supposed to be popular by burn victims, amputees, and the blind and deaf and all manner of disabilities in between. If someone had described this school to me before I'd come, I'd have shrugged it off an overactive imagination. Even when my first arrival, I felt like the Dutch coming to a strange new land for the first time. It's amazing how quickly one becomes used to the environment they're forced to live in, really. And now I found someone that's got me so entirely smitten. What a strange life. Before my mind can wander any further, though, I find a page of lined paper slipped under the distracted face. The garish, bright pink ink has no doubt been penned by Misha. Don't look so bored, He-chan. School's nearly over. 3-day holiday. I mean, what? Oh, right, we get Saturday and Monday off. Can't complain about having at least a less school, I suppose. I uncap my pen and scribble a page of work, overtly passing back to her, flickering my eyes on a class every now and then. Moto continues arcane equations formulas on the board. I'm guessing you have something planned. With her tongue poking through the side of her mouth, did she misinterpret my expression as depressed? As she trying to cheer me up? Student counselor with Shi-chan, of course. You're not still brooding over that, surely. But He-chan could have helped us poor lonely girls. I'll lend you my hand today if I weren't gonna be busy. Oh, naughty He-chan. I'm just gonna meet Lily with Hanako. I don't know what you've got going through your head. So Lily's back. Yeah, she's coming on the evening flight with her sister, so she'll be back in the school next week. As she takes the note back, being to right, I look up on a unwelcome sight. Oh, it's Moto! Well, I frantically try to silently catch Misha's attention. Moto confidently strides through the gap between the desks from the front of the class, and intent gaze focused directly on her. She suddenly stops writing as this tall figure casts an imposingly long shadow over the page. He silently takes the piece of paper from her and begins to read. Sweating bullets, I quickly glance around the class, noticing their complete silence. Of course, it would just have to be the one thing that gets their attention during the lesson. After I spent a few seconds examining the page, he rolls paper up in a small tube and lightly bops her over the head with it. Half an hour until you can hop off the student council. I think you can hold off until then. Misha's face cracks as the entire class erupts into laughter. He might well be awkward, but at least he knows how to handle her exactly. I'd probably feel sorry for her if it wasn't busy stifling my own laughter. Hisawa, is that one it? No, I think that's some foreign airline. And so the third aircraft they're not comes into land. For the past half hour, we're whiling away the time with small snippets of pointless chatter. Lilly and Akira's flight has been delayed, and at this rate, it'll probably be dark before the plane arrives. Is that one it? No, the company color is wrong. Hanako's eyes flutter left and right, following the trickle of people in and out of the huge glass doors ahead of us. Fortunately, nobody pays her much heed, their attention apparently directed towards greater things. Maybe that one's it? No, that one's, hold on a minute, I think that might be one after all. Takes some time before the billboard changes their light flashes status to disembarking. A loud yawn sneaks up on me, not allowing me enough time to stifle it. My sleep patterns have once again been over the place, likely due to the mix of worrying about Hanako and the side effects of my medications. You saw over there. I looked to Hanako and fellow Gray's airport door. Oh, Lily, they're here. Really? We all called out to each other and greeting, quickly shuffling over to the side of the wood, blocking the passage of others. Lily! Hanako jumps forward to hug Lily, wide smile on her face being all that's needed to see her happiness at Lily's return. Simply smiles in return, her soft voice. It's wonderful to see you again, Hanako. As the two give each other a hug, well deserved after what's happened while she was gone, I turned to Akira. Yo. You're pretty late. Yeah, there was a really bad storm over the airport. We got drenched just from going to the car to the door. I guess you'll appreciate the weather here more. Then welcome back, you two, Lily. Hanako breaks off from Lily as I speak. For a long time, neither of us say a word. Contrary to what I thought her homecoming would be like, the atmosphere feels awkward, almost stifling. Both of us try to guess each other's feelings, not quite sure about what should be said. Damn, this is exactly what I feared when I thought I'm trying to move things forward between us. Lily runs her hand through her hair, awkwardly twirls one of her bangs in her finger, clearly trying to think of how best to react. Eventually, thankfully, Lily gives a small sigh and breaks the silence. Thank you, Isao. It's nice to be back. Are you okay? You look tired. Evidently not recollecting herself as well, she quickly waves her hand in front of her face to stave off concern Hanako may have over her. I'm okay, really. It's just a bit of jet lag. Weak. You don't have any? You don't have any? He gives her simply a big grin, puffing her modest chest. I feel absolutely fine. That's not fair. Well, you shouldn't take you so long to get rid of it. Ah, that's right, Hisao, yeah? Do we have a holiday from school soon? I'd have forgotten Misha hadn't reminded me this morning. We got a 3-day weekend starting from tomorrow. Akira playfully bumps her elbow lightly into Leisha? Lily sighed, grinning. I told you wouldn't miss it. So you have something planned? If neither of you nor Hanako are busy, I've got no plans, so something would be appreciated. Hanako? No, nothing. That's good. I was thinking we could go for my family's summer house for a bit, quiet over the break. We barely used it recently though, so we'd have to dust things off a little while when we're there. Where is it? Up north in Hokkaido? The place is practically deserted, so it should be a nice quiet break for you guys. You're not coming? No, I got a little holiday set up with my boyfriend. My little miser suspicious for her intentions. Sounds like we're just cleaning up the summer house for you. That's perhaps a valid conclusion. Both of us zero in on Akira's face, somewhat evasive, looking like we were right. That's just a convenient bonus, really. Me and the guy left off in a pretty good condition last we were there, I promise. Now then, I'm out of here. Me what? Alrighty, Akira slightly turns and see you in a few days, guys. Lily and I can only sigh at her hasty retreat. It does sound like it would be a nice place to go. Lily gives an enthusiastic nod, taking her carry bag in one hand and placing the other on Hanako's shoulder for guidance. We begin to make our way to the taxi area. After the fracas of the past few days, depending a weekend in the country alone with her and Hanako sounds like a dream. The more I think about it, the more sure I am. This will be the right time and place to confess my feelings for her. The morning chill wraps itself around my shivering body. I huff into my cupped hands to The morning chill wraps itself around my shivering body. I huff around my cupped hands to desperately try to stave off the cold of the mill around the station platform. Lily's clothing looks rather ill-suited for the temperature around us. I can heartily hope the indicative of what she expects the weather will be like at her destination. Damn it, Lily, why did you have to get here so early? Unfortunately, the train schedule is against us. The train to Hokkaido is at least 2 in the afternoon. Great, just great. I pause a moment to wipe some sleep out of my eyes, and Lily promptly takes the advantage of the opening. Cheer up, Isao. Once we get there, it will be much warmer. Why not just take the bullet train? A normal train's gonna take hours to get us there, so we may as well take the Shinkansen line as far as north as it goes and just switch at the end. There's a certain charm to older trains, wouldn't you agree? I'd agree if it weren't freezing in the morning cold because we decided to take one. I'm sorry, Hisao. Sorry. What for? I was the one who suggested taking a normal train. Way to make me feel guilty. All I can do is sign covering my face with my hand. It's fine, I'm just grumbling. My Hanako, you needn't shoulder all the blame yourself. Even without your suggestion, I'd have opted for the same thing. Thankful for the quick interception from Lilly, I quick gander around the station. Alright, that's gonna be it for now, but before I end things off, make sure to give this video a like and to share it. And also follow my socials. You can find them in the links in the description below, as well as the about section of my channel. Also join the Discord. It's completely free, and you'll find people there with similar interests who just want to chat and hang out and do all sorts of stuff. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.